Let's get a New Japan Eye pay-per-view report.
The show, it was nowhere near the level of the other shows. It was still a good show. The crowd was one of the first thing I noticed watching it, having been to Japan in December many, many times in the past, is I saw in the arena all these people in their coats. And I was like, uh-oh, it's a cold arena. And cold arena, generally speaking, in Japan means cold responses. And it pretty much was cold responses. The other thing is being the tag team tournament, you didn't have the junior heavyweight stuff for the most part, although Kushida, was in semi-main event. So, there were there were junior heavyweight guys up and down the show, but like Devitt wasn't there, and no Low Key, no Alex Shelley, those type of guys. So you didn't have that quality of the match. There was really no great matches. I wouldn't, it's like it's a nice show to watch from start to finish, but it really didn't feel like a pay-per-view. It felt like it just kind of felt like a show that it was the finals of the tag team tournament, and it was to set up the tag team championship match, which is, whatever it is, fifth, sixth from the top at the Tokyo Dome, not even the main event. So anyway, the opener was Yuji Nagata, Masaaki Mochizuki, Ryusuke Taguchi, and Bushi against Minoru Suzuki, Taka Michinoku, Taichi, and Kengo Mishimo, and let me see. I can't even. Taichi jabbed a chair at Bushi and pinned him. But the big thing was they did some stuff for Suzuki and Nagata, who were going to do, and Yuji Nagata are going to do a singles match at the Tokyo Dome. And Yuji Nagata, Suzuki ripped up a Yuji Nagata T-shirt, and Yuji Nagata got mad and got the big eyes and things like that. That wasn't too bad. Then in a match that was pretty darn bad, Yoshihashi and Jado beat Diamante Azul and Rush. The crowd wasn't into it, and Yoshihashi and Jado really, Yoshihashi worked in Mexico for I don't know, a year or two. He had a long run in Mexico, and Jado's been working with luchadors for 20 years, but they didn't click at all. It was almost like you're watching these guys that have never worked with luchadors working with luchadors, and it was just a style clash match. But so that wasn't good. Then we had and the Japanese team won. Then in the semifinals, the two semifinals, Lance Archer and Davey Boy Smith Jr. beat Togi Makabe and Wataru Inoue when Davey Boy Smith pinned Inoue after the killer bomb. Inoue did a lot of selling. He was pretty good here. Lance Archer is he's doing the real big guy stuff where you don't sell much in the beginning. You start selling a little bit in the end and stuff. He's kind of figured out how to work to get over in Japan. He's doing pretty well. And Davey Boy Smith is a lot better here, I think, just because he's got the confidence that he's kind of over a little bit. They put the belts on him and everything. So they're not a great team. The idea is they're trying to build them up to be that big, powerful foreign team like, many of the legendary teams of the past. They're not quite there at that level, but for right now, they're all right. They're in fact they're better than you would think. And then the other semifinal, Hiroki Goto and Carl Anderson beats Toshi Kojima and Hiroyoshi Tenzan. That was a good match. Toru Yano, Takashi Iizuka against Manabu Nakanishi and Strongman ended up turning into an 8-man tag. It was a DQ when Yujiro and Masato Tanaka ran in, and then so they ended up teaming with Yano and Iizuka. Nakanishi and Strongman ended up teaming with MVP and Shelton Benjamin. And that was a crappy match with another DQ when Iizuka used the iron fingers and shoved the ref and hit Nakanishi with the iron fingers. So, yeah, that was really pretty bad. Nakanishi just can't move anymore. He's so slow. It's kind of sad to watch, really. The big thing, not the big thing here, but they at the end of the match, that the TV announcer Nogami, they always Yano and Iizuka always beat him up, and at the beginning of the match they tore off his dress shirt. Then they tore off his undershirt. So he was out there, and they handcuffed him with these. I don't know if they were handcuffs. I guess they were handcuffs. They handcuffed his hands behind his back, and so he's broadcasting this match sitting at ringside with no shirt on, and his hands handcuffed behind him, and he's doing play-by-play. I mean, it's like bizarre. So anyway, after the match, they grab him again. By this point, he doesn't have the handcuffs on anymore, I don't think. They throw him in the ring, and they're about to kill him when Nakanishi covers him. So they start throwing chair shots at Nakanishi, and it ends up with MVP, Nakanishi, and Nogami, the ring announcer, or the TV announcer, all kind of like helping each other to the back. So that was that. Then Kazushi Sakuraba and Katsuyori Shibata beat Shinsuke Nakamura and Tomohiro Ishii. That was a great match for what it was. I mean, short match. Shibata's another one. It's like his gimmick is that he's a shooter, so he doesn't sell at all. Hard. You know what I mean? But when Ishii really worked well with. They both did, but Ishii was in a lot, and the Ishii Shibata stuff was really good because Ishii would be doing all of these things, and Shibata would just no sell them. But then when he would finally get a pro wrestling move on Shibata, the place just went unglued. That Shibata finally sold something. I mean, the way the psychology was actually in this match, it's like if you watch it as with the idea for pro wrestling, you would go, oh my God, that Suzuki used to do this too. It's like this idea that, oh my God, this shooter's being unprofessional, but that's the exact thing that you're trying to get that's the mentality of you have with the Japanese audience to make them heels. They're not cooperating. It looks like it's complete lack of cooperation, but in actuality, it's total cooperation. It's just the way that they're working the match. And it fits. It works. It was good on this card. And really good match. Then they had a big pull apart with Nakamura and Sakuraba and everything like that. No, not so much Nakamura and Sakuraba. Actually, Sakuraba tried to shake hands with Nakamura, and Nakamura walked out. But it was Maccabi came out with his chain, and him and Shibata were brawling, and they did a pull apart as well. So the whole segment was really good. Hiroshi Tanahashi and Kushida against Kazuchika Okada and Gedo, and Kushida looked really good in this match. Did a lot of cool stuff. Obviously, the finish was going to almost have to be Okada beating Kushida, which in fact it was with the Rainmaker. And the stuff when Tanahashi and Okada was in was very good. They kind of gave you a taste of the Tokyo Dome without giving it all away, so to speak. So I thought, for what it was, it's like 3.5 star match. It wasn't a blowaway. It wasn't, but good. And then. The main event was Archer and Smith against Goto and Anderson. And, just basic logical booking. Goto and Anderson win the tournament. So they get the title shot on Archer and Smith. Archer and Smith, as the tag team champions, are put over. They're not made out to be jokes or anything, or they're made out, they go right to the finals and then lose in the finals. So they're strong as tag champs, but the other guys beat them, so they deserve a championship match at the Tokyo Dome. So it's, just logical stuff. No match is really long. This was a good match. Like I said, it was, I wouldn't say go see the replay, which I would have said of the other two shows. Tokyo Dome show, we'll see how it all goes. But, yeah.